You need to realize we all have different desires that bring us further in life, because by pursuing that we will grow and we are more productive and we just develop ourselves. Till short-form content, this was a very good thing, because, like I said, it progressed us in life. But then came short-form content, and with that, those desires could be fulfilled without doing hard work, without doing uncomfortable things, and basically with just some swipes. I give you an example. Let's say the desire to be more productive, to strive for the best version of yourself. This is a good desire, because if you would pursue it and if you would chase it, you will become more productive and a better version of yourself, and you will grow and make progress in your life. But now with TikTok, you can feel this desire very easily. You watch productive videos, you watch motivational videos, and then you watch a life hack video, and then you watch a 5 tips on learning video, and so on, and you continue to watch and watch more productivity videos, more motivational videos, and so on. With that, after, let's say, you watch 2 hours of just this kind of videos, you have this false sense of productivity. You have this false sense that you learned something. But in actuality, you didn't. You just mentally masturbated. You didn't really learn something. If you would have learned something, you would watch one video where it says, do this method and you're more productive at learning. Then you would close the app and you would do this method. Then we can argue that you actually learned something. But for the vast majority of people, you don't do this. You just scroll continuously, and so on. You just make yourself productive, but you aren't. You watch videos that could be productive, but you don't use them. You just waste your time. And with that, you have this false sense of productivity, and then in real life, you don't do anything productive, because in your mind, you think already that you did productive things, so you can relax. Now, another desire is love or lust. Like I said before, short-form content, you need to go outside. Then talk to a girl, approach her, get her number, go on a date, etc. Nowadays, it's easy. You can just open the app and then watch hundreds of thousands of videos of TikTok thoughts of a girl shaking her ass in the camera, and you having your lust and your desire for love fulfilled. And this is very detrimental for you, because you don't want to go outside anymore and pursue or talk to women. You will feel lonely, because this is just superficial. Your need is just fulfilled for a short period of time. Then you want to go back and watch another hot girls. With that, with this desire fulfilled for a short period of time, you don't do the hard stuff like going outside and approaching girls. With that, you will become lonely, and with being lonely, you become sad, and your life becomes shit. Now, the last desire that TikTok fulfills is, let's say, the desire for money. Let's say before TikTok, you needed to do hard work, you needed to have a good career or whatever. Nowadays, like I said, like the other desires, you can just open the app and watch a guy that has millions of dollars in his bank, that spends 10k at dinner, that has nice cars, that flies with a private jet, that has beautiful girlfriends. And when you watch this, 3 different emotions or 3 different things are released inside of you. One is good, but the other 2 are detrimental. The first thing is you feel motivated because of that, and then you stop consuming the app and you try to replicate his success. But truth be told, only 1%, even lower, really does this. For the vast majority, there are two other emotions that are released. First, your desire for money or to chase money is fulfilled and you don't want to do it anymore because you saw the video and now your desire is fulfilled. The second and the most common is bad emotion. You will feel worse emotion. You will feel jealous because he has something that you want. He has a car that you want. He has a girl that you want. So you feel jealous. You envy him because he has money or he has much more money but you are broke or on your last dollar. You become regretful because let's say he can travel the world but you didn't work hard and now you're broke so you can't travel, so you become regretful. Or the last emotion, you become fuck angry because this cunt has more money, has more girls, has more cars than you ever seen in your life and you are angry why you don't have that. With that, too many emotions are inside of your brain. Your mind becomes fully clustered because you have an overload of emotions inside of your head. With that, you become anxious. And because most or the vast majority of those emotions are negative emotions, you become depressed or feel sad. And that's the reason why when you watch TikTok or scroll on Insta or Shorts for a long period of time, you feel bad and you have negative emotions is because of that, because you feel bad emotion, maybe just in your unconscious, but still your mind will become fully clustered with those negative emotions. But the interesting thing is, although you feel bad when you, let's say, scroll for 2 hours and then you stop, but still you will go back to scrolling for 2 hours again. But why is that? Why do we stay so long on the apps and why do we continue to scroll? I think there's two reasons for that. The first reason is because of the algorithm. The algorithm made it perfect, so after a few videos it knows exactly what you want. It knows what your interests and desires are, so you want to continue to scroll and scroll and scroll to watch more of them. And the more important one is dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that's a chemical messenger inside of your brain. It also is sometimes a hormone, or it acts as a hormone. In our hunting and gathering days, we use dopamine while chasing deer, because dopamine is released while pursuing pleasure. It isn't released while having pleasure. It's in the pursuit. And chasing a deer is that. It's a hunt, it's a pursuit. And during the chase, dopamine was released. The reason being is, if we didn't catch that deer, we'd still feel motivated, we would still have this boost. So we would continue to hunt more deer, so of course we wouldn't starve. In this day and age, we don't really need to hunt anymore. We can just go to the supermarket and buy whatever food we want. So we hunt videos. We chase funny videos because the next video could be the most funniest video you've ever seen. You scroll and you scroll and you scroll. And this is a chase, or hunt and hunt and hunt. You are the pursuit of hunting the funniest video, the most entertaining video you've ever seen in your life. And with that, with every swipe, dopamine is released, dopamine is released, dopamine is released, dopamine is released. And your dopamine level gets fucked. You stay on the app till your dopamine is so fucked that you don't want to continue on the apps anymore because they don't do anything for you anymore. On a graph, to illustrate this better, let's say there's a baseline of dopamine. It's this red line. If dopamine spikes above this line, you will feel the positive effects of dopamine. And with TikTok, it instantly crosses this baseline and then it spikes. As soon as you stop TikTok, it plummets. It plummets below this baseline, below where it started. And then when you try to do hard work such as learning or studying or working on your project, you feel unable to do it because your dopamine is so fucked. The spike that learning or working gives you, because if you work or learn, dopamine is still released. But because your dopamine is so low right now, that little spike that learning releases doesn't cross that baseline. So learning feels unproductive, or not unproductive, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't come easy such as TikTok, because the dopamine isn't enough to cross that baseline threshold. And that's why when you scroll and then try to do hard work, you feel unable. Is this clear? Does this make sense? I hope so, because this is so important to understanding why most of us are lazy, most of us feel unproductive, because the dopamine is fucked because of scrolling, and working or studying still releases dopamine, but it needs to cross this baseline to actually have a positive effect. So learning and working feels pleasurable. So how do we fix that? How do we get away from this curse and fix our life? We do this by first stopping scrolling. And if you need help with that, click the first link in the description. The next thing is we need to fix our dopamine. And fixing our dopamine is we're first stopping scrolling, and then we need to do a detox. A detox is basically a reset of our dopamine, like a restart. And after the detox, we are restarted to do new things. It's like your new version, your 2.0 after the detox. Because you resetted your dopamine, and now you stop scrolling, and then with the free time you get, you do work, you study, you do good habits that doesn't fuck up your dopamine. With that, working, studying feels actually pleasurable. It almost feels easy. Of course, it's still work, it's still hard, but it feels better. You can almost get in this flow state that work feels easier because now it releases dopamine that actually motivates you to continue to work. And after you've done your work, you feel proud about yourself. And you do good habits that improve your dopamine, such as meditating, reading, exercising, or whatever habit or hobby you are interested in. Maybe you want to learn a new language, or you want to learn how to craft tables. Whatever it is, you can do this now. Because if you stop scrolling, you have so much new free time, and you can use this free time, or you absolutely must fill this free time with stuff that is productive. Because if you don't fill this free time, you will ultimately fall back into scrolling. Alright, to summarize, we all have different desires inside of us. And before short-form content, we need to do hard work to fill those desires. But with TikToks, those desires are fulfilled almost instantly without friction. With that, we have negative emotions inside of us that compound to fully cluster our mind. Because of that, we feel unmotivated and lazy. And we feel unhappy and depressed. And lastly, because we stay so long on the apps, our dopamine gets fucked. We fucked up dopamine. Work, studying, and whatever other hard work feels so hard that we feel unable to do it. So we need to fix our dopamine with stopping scrolling and doing a detox, and then replacing bad habits with good habits that don't fuck up our dopamine. Alright, on that note, have a great day, sleep well, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.